So your yearlings are here, Robin? That's where
Yearlings are here, yeah. So these were born last August, September. So there's 82, I think, in this group, and they were AI'd for a cycle, and then we turned the Angus bull in. So they've been AI'd with sex semen for Jersey.
Okay.
To try and that's the first time. That's the second year we've used sex semen for Jersey. So this is our second crop of calves we've had.
Why use Jersey?
We've put the butter fat on and up on the milk. We're on a solids-based contract, so we'll try it for 3 years and see how we get on. We hope the temperament's all right. I've got some in there. I've got the first crop of calves out already, which are in the next shed down. There's about 100 in there.
Okay.
So we need a certain amount to just to give us the replacements, but we also need as an insurance. We get red water fever and tick-borne fever. We can't just go out and buy more cattle if we get a TB breakdown. So we want to breed plenty of replacements, and then we can then we can always sell some.
Yeah, and they lie on straw then.
They're on straw.
Winter.
Yeah, they're on a straw yard there. Yeah. And then this is so this year they're on straw and cake because we're very short of silage. It's worked fairly well. We want a slightly bigger trough than we probably got because they're kicking a bit out the front. We've got to sweep up. We normally feed them grass silage, but we're a bit short. But it's worked well. There's less dung to handle over here, which makes it easier. We've just redone all the walls. They were starting to fall down. The gates were getting a bit old as well, and the posts are rotting off. So we redid all that this year.
Yeah.
Farm sort of the farm was a lot of work was done over here probably about 40 years ago, and we need to just do a few repairs and update things a bit. So this is where when the calves are born, they're born in here. We have them down here first of all. There's 15 pens we make up. They're about 15 foot by 10 foot. They're in here for about they're in here for about 10 days on the sort of 5-teat milk bar feeders.
Yeah.
Then they go out in the paddocks. I don't put anything else in those paddocks. They're not having it for cows. It's for my calves, and so hopefully we keep the worm burden down. And in groups of 40 out in the paddock where they can run in, and we like to get them outside. It's healthy. So we've got a slight issue with this at the minute, which I'd like to change. The concrete on this front edge just runs back a bit, making it a little bit damp in the back. I want to see if we can alter that, whether we get it done this year or not. We'll see, but it would just make it a little bit more healthy for the calves. So we put a row of bales behind. The gates just spin round. We put a row of bales behind, so they've got shelter, but they've got air, and that's what they need.
So what age are they coming in here at?
Coming in here probably a couple of days. As soon as the navels are dry, they come in here.
Yeah.
And then they're here for about 10 days.
Okay. On powder or milk, whole milk?
Sorry?
Are they on milk powder? Or?
Milk powder.
Okay.
Milk powder. Yeah, because of yonis. So we've got not many, probably 5 or 6 yonis cows at the minute, and they'll go. And we're just conscious if we can nip everything in the bud now, while it's low, let's get on and do it.
Yeah.
So we've just altered this shed. We've opened it up to let more air in. We may need to take another ridge sheet off just to get the air right. So there's about 100 calves born this year. So these were born from the middle of August through till about the first week in September. You've got Jersey crosses here, Norwegian red, and some Holstein and some sort of lower stature milky Holstein.
So you sell your bull calves then, do you?
Sorry?
Your bull calves, do you sell them?
Yeah, bull calves. We only had, because we're using sex semen, so we had about 100 of these calves. I expect we had about 5 or 6 bull calves. Okay. So it really wasn't many at all. The sex semen on the sexed part is working out well, and actually on the fertility part, I've got a feeling from memory, I think we did about 60% on the first cycle. We've got a good man on the AI. He is very good. He's very focused. And then after that, we just use Angus, so we'll keep them until they're ready to go. And as soon as they look good, I'll let them go onto the farm where they're going on.
Okay. Yeah.
And these are just on straw and nuts every day.
And happy?
Yeah. They're fine. They aren't vaccinated with anything actually. So worming-wise, with the beef cattle, we used to use boluses and all sorts when they're up on the downs. The ones you've just seen, the bigger group, were out last year. We didn't worm them going out, and actually we just wormed them on the way back in. We do get a little bit of lungworm. There's a tiny bit of coughing in here. There isn't much, and we didn't do anything last year. If we take another ridge sheet off, I think it would just help with the air a bit. But it's fairly clean air in here anyway.
Yeah. So this is where you leave them out then, is it typically?
Yeah,
for
they've got a paddock, so we've got 3 paddocks here we can use. They're about an acre or so, and they just and we just come out. We find we need 2 gates to get in and out, one on each end of the paddock. So tempt the calves to one end, then you whip in and out the other one.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a challenge getting out the field sometimes.
Okay.
So this is just with us feeding over the winter, but this will recover in the summer.
Yeah.
And then it's just left fresh. We might cut a bit of hay or something on it, or just
Right.
an odd bale of silage, just to keep it down.
But you're strong on the view. Nothing else goes on that then. As
Nothing else goes on that.
Okay,
No, we
yeah.
we don't put any other stock because I don't want a worm burden there.
Yeah.
So it's just young calves. That's all that's
Okay.
on there.
Yeah.
And they'll be out as long as the weather holds. And you'll know when they're fed up because they'll keep spending more time inside. And so that's when we bring them in.
Cool.